Let us know if you are watching us and listening properly. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Hello, Marco. How are you? This is our second broadcast today.
On
Uh,
lots of
the other one was
platforms. Let's
practicing,
check.
wasn't
Well,
it?
I see it's working on LinkedIn. Hello, LinkedIn. Let us know if you are
Hello.
watching us and listening properly. I think it should be
Hello,
also
Stephen. How
good
are you?
on
Hello, Marco. How are you? This is our
Hello,
second
YouTube.
broadcast today.
On
Uh,
lots of
the other one
platforms.
was
Let's
practicing.
check. Okay, okay. Now the sound is off. I was listening echo from
All
the.
right.
So
Okay.
now it's okay. So any good news?
Yeah, you and I have discovered a new piece of software called OBS Ninja, and you're broadcasting from OBS Ninja at the moment and hosting a broadcast. And I'm coming in to your room on OBS Ninja, and then, well, it just works.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Chris is there. Okay, now I can see the comments. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. How are you? Now I can see your comments. Let me know if the sound is okay or if I should put it a little bit lower.
Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two,
Yeah,
three.
sound.
Okay, okay.
There was something when usually when I went to concerts and everything when they were checking sound. I
Yeah,
don't know how they do it in English, but here it's un dois três som dois
yeah, yeah, yeah. Similar here. So it's one, two, three. Yeah. Okay. Uh,
We have here Chris. We are again as the it says on the description. We are again testing on OBS this Ninja OBS. I think next time we should use ninja costumes, Steven. What do you think about it?
that's the part. That might be an idea. Might be an idea to keep everybody's spirits up in these times. Yeah, we can go and do anything. We've got to plan a Christmas party yet, Marco.
Yeah, we
That
should.
should be something.
We should
Uh,
have some ninja stars that want to throw to people.
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't like you don't like the show? No, you're dead.
Right. Are we going to invite people to join us?
Well, I think we can. I don't know if someone wants to join us.
Right.
If
We
you
do a test. Yeah.
if you want to join, please let me know and I'll send you the link so you can join us on screen. Today it's a different workaround to bring someone to the screen, but there's not a problem because we are here to serve you.
Well, we're here to test things and make sure that they work
Absolutely.
before showing them to other people. And this is part of the testing. And the more people we can get on here, the better. Ideally, we'd like three or four people to join us on camera. We're not going to go Zoom 12 on screen, but if we can go six on screen, but we'll
Hmm.
start with three. So if you are watching and you want to hop in, then just send a message to Marco and you can join us.
Chris is saying that your sound is louder than mine.
All right.
You're a noisy guy.
My sound, I can't actually, I can mute the microphone, but I can't actually change the volume of the microphone, can I? Can I? Just a minute.
Well, I think I have a control here on the side. Let me check on the rooms. I can control your sound. Let me check.
Okay. I'm in your hands.
Okay,
Uh,
keep talking.
I will keep. I'll keep talking while you do that. I've just been looking at my settings. I could reduce the volume of my microphone, but we're going through OBS, and we're actually going through OBS through screen share, not as a direct camera. So the technology is different. What you're actually seeing on the screen now is not our cameras. Well, It is our cameras, but they're in a browser window, and that browser window is then sent to OBS, and then from OBS it's gone out to Restream, and then from Restream it's going to LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope,
Facebook and
Facebook, Twitch.
high five maybe. Who
Well,
knows?
it's the thing that there are sort of Restream said there are 30 destinations you can go to, but I've got to be honest here, I haven't heard of 20 of them. And if
Well,
you, yeah,
I don't even. I didn't even know there was an echo. I think it solved, Chris. There was an echo, yes, but I think now we don't have it.
well, I'm not hearing one, and if you can't hear it and I can't hear it, then we're okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was away. Thank you, Chris, for being there. Our feedback resource. Thank you so much. And I still looking forward to have Chris on a show with us. I think she may get some courage to
Well,
talk about it.
Chris has been on camera. I
Yes.
interviewed Chris.
Don't be afraid because we are good people. We will treat you well. We are friendly.
Indeed, we shall.
So
Um, yeah.
we hope you
Okay.
will join us.
Right. So this is the first full broadcast on OBS Ninja. It's free, as Marco said. It works with OBS. We're going to obviously test it out with vMix and XSplit and everything that we can actually use. But the first benefit that comes across is that you could go out from OBS with a virtual camera into BeLive and StreamYard with a guest who doesn't have to sign in. And that overcomes one of the major blocks that there are where people have got to agree to Facebook's terms of service or agree to YouTube's terms of service, and they don't want to.
Absolutely.
And especially when you're actually interviewing somebody who's, let's call it, well known, they don't want to get involved in Facebook and YouTube. They just want to come on your broadcast and go live. They don't want anything other than the link, the password, and come on. So it does solve that particular problem where you have a guest who doesn't have a Facebook account or doesn't even have a Gmail account. And that opens things up, because the number of times that I've heard from people, why does BeLive have a Facebook login? Well, it is basically to protect everybody's security. If you've got a Facebook account, then Facebook have said, Facebook have not said that you're a bad person. Facebook have said you're a good person because you're actually on their platform. Same goes for YouTube as well. So the reason for a login is to actually secure the site. But with OBS Ninja, you could bring in anybody and interview them live, just as Marco and I are live now.
Yes, absolutely. And it's very easy to manage, in my opinion. Okay.
Well, it is. It's basically, I mean, technically, uh, in OBS, you create a scene.
Okay, there you go.
That's step one. Create a scene, and then you go to OBS Ninja. You create a room. That gives you an invite link. You give the invite link to your guest with a password, stopping anybody else coming in. Your guest comes into the room, and then you go to OBS, go to the browser, click in your link, click in their link, arrange it on screen as Marco has done. I haven't a clue what it looks like on OBS at the moment. I can't see it, but that's it. So within 2 or 3 minutes, you've gone from uh, your guest arriving to having them on screen ready to go live.
Okay, I'm just playing around with the scenes.
So as in terms of ease of use, you couldn't get much easier because there's no login involved. all you give to your guest is a link and a password, and that's all they need to have. And you can do that at any time. You can actually practice with them on the day before or the hour before. And for security reasons, the link changes every time. But other than that, it is a secure system because it's password protected. So somebody who hasn't got the password can't get in, even if it happens to be, well, you just can't get in. Nobody can join us unless Marco says you can join us
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the boss.
as the boss. It works. It works in your Chrome browser, so that's the best place that it works. And it was designed by a gentleman called Stephen Seguin. We haven't met him yet, so I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to say Seguin for the moment. He's based in Canada, and at the beginning of lockdown, he found himself with some spare time. Now, as well as being a live video person, a broadcaster, he's also a programmer. So he sat down to create this system called OBS Ninja because he loves OBS really. And this is the Ninja part of it. It's an add on, well, it takes over OBS really. Um, and he's released it to the world free of charge. And the thing is that it's so quick, so fast. It's not, this video is not being processed. It's going straight from my camera, straight through the server to Marco's browser. Yeah, there's no processing taking place. So what you're actually seeing, hopefully, is our live broadcast. And it is liver than other broadcasts. I think we'll test that, but not now.
Perfect. Let me. Okay, let me change. I'm changing. I have picture in picture. I have side by side in two different ways. I'm playing around.
To watch the replay to see what this looks like. I'm
Okay,
taking. Yep.
and I think Chris will join us. Let me see. Let me see. Chris, I've sent you. I've DM'd you the credentials to join us. Please check them out so you can join us. I'm
That's good.
now. I'm now working on that. So
Yeah. Okay. So it means that I've got to blab for Britain, as it were. We are live tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the UK and in Portugal, 11 a.m. in Belgium, with Blubbing for Britain, episode 251. So we're heading towards the 260. Myself, John, and Peter will be live at that time tomorrow. We're reviewing the UK news. Though I dare say there will be some political news from the US as well, because by this time tomorrow, or by 10 a.m. tomorrow, we should know who the next president of the United States is and what that's going to mean for people in the UK. Because there is an American influence in the UK, and decisions taken in America do affect what happens in the UK, especially at this 20% of the UK's trade is with the United States. So it's very important that the alliance continues, although we don't know who the president is yet, so I can't say who it is. We're hoping that the president will help ensure that that 20% trade continues after we leave the EU on the 31st December.
absolutely, absolutely. Let's see if Chris will join us.
And the thing is that as soon as Chris joins us, I'll know straight away. I see. Yeah, and the screen display will change. Be interesting because this is the first time we'd have had three of us actually on OBS Ninja, and Marco's in Portugal, I'm in the UK, and Chris is in Belgium. So we're joining three countries together, and we just want to see the quality of this because it's just amazing. Yeah, I
And
mean,
if Chris arrives, we will be speaking in French.
c'est un mot, c'est bon,
Mais
je n'ai pas un problème.
tu parles français aussi, Steve?
Oui, je parle français. Je
Je
oui,
savais pas.
je
Mais moi, je
comprends
parlais
français.
français. Oui, je parle un petit peu français. Parce que ma famille, euh, j'ai famille à Paris.
Ah oui,
Oui.
oui, oui, Paris est superbe. C'est une
Oui. C'est très
j'ai
beau.
visité Paris, depuis 20 ans.
Moi aussi. J'étais 19. It was last week.
Right, OK.
La semaine passée. Let me see. Well, she's not arriving yet.
Chaque année, nous allons à Monaco, Nice et Grasse, pour nos vacances, en famille. Uh, my mon deux mes deux fils. I'm trying to remember here. This is if we're going to do a show in French, you need to give me some warning. The topic,
In advance, okay? Today is that.
yeah. So that we can do French. At a pinch, we can do German.
Well, let's. Well, Harper is not listening to us, so next week we will make the whole show in French.
Aha. Okay. Uh, that's good. We can talk about Paris. We can talk about Côte d'Azur. We can talk about French railways. I mean, French railways are just TGV, superbe.
Well, j'étais seulement une fois à Paris et j'ai pas vu rien de plus en France. Donc, il faut que voyager un petit peu plus en France, tu
Uh-huh.
voir les cités et tout ça.
J'aime les autoroutes.
Mm.
Et yes. Shall we revert back to English for the moment?
Yeah, I think we should.
We're confusing everybody. We might attract a French audience, though. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen many people actually, French people broadcasting.
I didn't notice, to be honest. I even on LinkedIn, I
Mhm.
think I have some French-speaking people there, but I don't see that much people doing live streams in French. Yes.
No, I think they're worse than the English because there's not many English people actually go broadcasting. The vast majority of people on live broadcasts are from the USA, I
In
think.
Brazil also.
Brazil, right? Yeah,
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 Brazil, they have lots of people. Well,
yeah. Do you think people are suffering from Zoom fatigue?
yeah, I think they do. Well, I don't see you, Chris.
Just what does that button do? It says enlarge video and increase clarity. Shall I click it?
I
You
don't
trust
know.
me on this?
Okay, do it.
All right, okay. It's put me full screen.
Maybe.
Am I full screen on the output? That was a toggle switch to go for me to go full screen. I'm going to go full screen again. So it's just me on camera. As explained earlier, Marco is actually hosting this show on a platform which is new to us, which is OBS Ninja, which is by a Canadian software guy called Stephen Seguin, and we're experimenting. So when we say most of our shows, anything can happen on this broadcast, it most certainly can. Am I full screen now?
No, it's the same.
All right, so that's just for me.
We can tell differences here. I think it's just on your end.
All right. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. But it means that you can actually go full screen and see what you look like. Yeah, I mean, if you were with in, say, we got 6, 7 people in the room, then you could just go a quick look. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if Chris will join us. We are looking forward to that.
Well, yeah, because we need to put this software through its paces, and to do that,
Yeah,
we need people to join.
in a stressful way.
No, got to say, this is the least stressful software that we've used because you were up and running this morning in 5 minutes. How many pieces of software can you say that of?
Well, not really. In software, no. It's,
Um, do you think we'll find a way to get the comments in?
sorry?
Do you think we'll find a way to get the comments working?
Well, I can do that.
All right, okay.
Let me do a workaround here.
Okay. Right. While Marco is doing a workaround, second show tomorrow is at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. It's inspired by video with myself and John Upton. It's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, all about in video, which is the best way to create business marketing video there's ever been. And they've gone from 200 users to 800,000 users in the space of 18 months. And John and I just celebrate the fact that the software exists. We've never met a company like them. If you've got a problem and you go into the chat, you don't get a message saying you have to wait 2 minutes, 20 minutes, or 2 hours. You just get an answer. And that's 24/7. No matter what time of day you actually go onto the support on InVideo, there is somebody there to answer it. And that's one of the things that they felt was very important, was to have support around the clock, literally, not between certain hours. I mean, I know a software house in the States who are in video. Not in, sorry, they're a video software house, and their hours of business, they're on the Pacific coast of the States, and their hours of business are 9 a.m. Pacific to 5 p.m. Pacific. And if you need help outside those times, hard luck, no support, just 8 hours a day. And then Pacific time, which is 8 hours behind the UK and Portugal, which means that for a third of the working day, you have no support whatsoever. Anyway, that's by the by. So in video, fantastic support. John does a quick 15-20 minute video about one operational aspect of InVideo. So it's a training guide by John, and he sends me the video and we have a chat, play the video, and then answer any questions afterwards. And it's a fun show to do, 30-40 minutes. And this week is episode 53. Where does the time go?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm filling in like mad here. Okay. I've also got the web page open, and I'm looking for any change in the US election at the moment. It's been stuck on 238 for Biden, 213 for Trump since about 1 o'clock. Um, there are some declarations due in the next few hours, and both results are still possible.
Yeah, I think
Neither of them can win. But there's a thing about it, because we touched on it this morning, that there is no logical reason why voting should not be electronic. Yeah. If there was an app to go on your phone, or you could visit the local library, do it, then you could actually vote electronically and your vote would be counted as soon as you press send.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Instead of which, we're going to have pieces of paper being counted from now until Friday in the USA. And what happens is that over 100 million people, 103 million people voted before polling day, before yesterday, and they're sent in their votes by mail. And when the people who are actually counting the votes First of all, they've got to open the envelope. Then they've got to take the paper out. Then they've got to check that the signature on the paper matches the signature of the person gave earlier. In other words, they've got to validate every single vote. There is no way around it. Every vote gets checked before it gets counted, which is why you get the delays. So, I mean, UK, we've thought about electronic voting, but it's not going to happen because not everybody's got a mobile phone
Yeah,
or a
indeed.
computer.
Yes, yes, indeed. Indeed. Well, we have a question here.
Ah,
Elder. It's a Portuguese one. It's the third language we are speaking today.
that we
Uh,
spoke French
um,
and English.
Isto, Elder, um site chamado OBS Ninja, ok? Que te permite lá criar, ou por outra, centralizar os feeds de câmaras que nós estamos aqui a usar e convidados. Tu envias ele gera-te um link para tu convidares as pessoas e depois vai-te criar uma sala, digamos assim, no navegador, ok? E depois, no OBS vais ter que adicionar as fontes, digamos assim, como um browser, ok? E depois, mas se quiseres, depois ok, deixa-me subir o áudio. Ok, espero que agora esteja bem. Chris, it's the same invitation. You can join using the same invitation as I sent before. Ok? Então, Helder, isto aqui o que vai fazer é que te vai gerar depois aqui uns fluxos para os teus convidados e que tu podes trazê-los aqui. Depois, pronto, tens aquilo que eu já fiz aqui, foi criar aqui vários layouts. Vou agora pôr aqui para isto, depois podes organizar ao teu gosto, ok? E com isso, ok, obrigado, Helder. E é o trabalho que podemos fazer aqui à volta deste constrangimento, digamos assim, que o OBS tem, que é mais complicado trazer convidados. Com este OBS Ninja, tu podes dar a volta, de certa forma, a isso e automaticamente tens que trazer tens que usar no som, tens que usar o som do computador, que é para ir buscar o som do teu convidado, mas isso também acho que já saberás, mas de qualquer forma, para quem nos estiver a ver, é uma possibilidade que tem. E basicamente é isso. Depois tu crias aqui, coordenas, digamos assim, as cenas como achares melhor e pronto, e constróis as cenas ao teu gosto, com os fundos. Como podes ver, eu pus aqui vários layouts e podes fazer isso no OBS, mas usas o OBS Ninja e permite então ir buscar, e depois envias o link, tem lá vários separadores, um é para enviar para convidados, estabeleces uma password se quiseres, envias para o teu convidado, depois cada eu vou ver se consigo partilhar aqui o ecrã.
Okay.
I will try to share the window. Okay, let me see.
That's the other thing. I can do that. That doesn't do anything. Ah, but if I shared my screen, you'd have to put it onto OBS.
Yes, I'm trying to do it here, which
Okay. I mean, what we don't have, we've got brilliant video quality, excellent sound quality. We've got very low latency, so that there is no delay. I mean, I can hear Marco as soon as he speaks, and vice versa. It's just very high quality transfer, and it's I've got to say, it's incredible. And OBS has had this problem for so long. If you wanted to use OBS with just you, perfect. Okay. And you can go live to Facebook, Periscope, LinkedIn, anywhere you like, but only one place at a time. But if you team that with Restream.io, you can go up to 30 different places at the same time. Now, Marco's going out to 4 or 5 today. Uh, and you can see the comments in Restream, can't you? Yeah, I think you do need to go through Restream to do it
Well,
because they.
I've what I did another workaround. I went to Restream. You
Mhm.
can copy the web the URL to the comments tab,
Okay.
add here as a browser, the same way you do to bring guests to OBS with Ninja, and then you can show it on the screen. If you take a look prior we end this after you will see that for instance now we have comments on screen.
Brilliant. Okay. Another step forward. Now, the situations where you would use this, first one that comes to mind is when you have a guest who's not got a Facebook account or a YouTube account and you want to interview them. You can bring them into OBS Ninja. They just need the link and the password and they're in. The second scenario is that once you've got this working, then you can go anywhere. You can go to Belong. You've got a virtual camera. You can go, well, we'll come back to that in a minute. But when it's working, you've got a virtual camera which will take you into Be Live, into StreamYard, into Zoom. Yeah. So if you've got a guest who just want to log into Zoom, then you can bring them onto OBS Ninja.
Okay,
Wonderful. Yeah.
let me just show how it looks in the backstages
Okay.
OBS Ninja. So we have here the different situations. Okay, and if you want to bring some guests, you just copy this link. Okay,
Mhm.
and then it will appear like these windows we have here. You should copy the link here. Okay, and then use it as an input on OBS with the feature browser. Okay, it's the first one you show when you want to add sources to your scenes. Ok? Helder, espero que tenha sido útil. Very good.
Okay. Good. Checking on the elections again. No change yet. Okay, now we're going into lockdown again tomorrow. Uh,
What have you
in,
done to go to be locked?
right, we had a situation. I mean, we've spoken about this occasionally over the last 6 months, but we had a situation in the UK where instead of locking down the whole country, they just locked down certain regions. And it just so happened that 20 million people were on lockdown and 40 million weren't. And the infection rate was still going up and it was becoming out of control. So from tomorrow, we're back to where we were in March and April. And the advice is stay at home. Remember, stay at home, stay safe, save the NHS. That was the slogan when we started in March, and that worked. And went down during the summer, then it started to come up again, and it's still rising at the moment. So they've got to take action to actually stop two things. One is more and more people getting infected and unfortunately dying. The other thing is that they've got to protect the hospitals.
Yeah.
Now, the hospitals in the UK and hospitals in any country have a full patient load. They can be full all year round. Yeah, doing operations for everybody, looking after everybody, making sure everybody is kept well, and that's a job that they do superbly. But now you've got a situation where people are coming in with a COVID infection, and therefore you've got to sort of split the hospital to have part of it COVID and part of it non-COVID. What you don't want to do is the two to cross-infect each other or the staff. And the situation there is that the hospital can be overrun. So, in order to stop the hospital being overrun, then from tomorrow until the 2nd December, we're all staying at home. And I mean, we know what the drill is. We don't have a problem with it. We're very fortunate. We work from home. What's the situation in Portugal?
Well, there's some, for instance, people who were working at the company's headquarters and everything, they went home again to
Okay.
home working. For instance, my sister, she's working from home. Schools still work the same way, most of them, and business, for instance, restaurants, cafes, and everything, they should close half an hour before they used to do
Mm-hmm.
at 10:30 p.m. And well, we are trying to. They were making some not so understandable movements, and they got back. They gave a step backwards on that. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, those street markets, they wanted to close them, and because it, in my opinion, and in the people who sell there, the sellers' opinion, and I think there's no reason for that because it's a open environment.
Mm-hmm.
People don't get so close to each other as, for instance, at a restaurant or something. For instance, in a restaurant or in a cafe, you take the mask off because
Yes.
I think it's hard to eat with with the mask on.
That's that. Yeah.
But yes, we and the situation in number of cases and deaths. It's for instance, I think today we from yesterday to today they beat this uh, uh, dying number.
Mm-hmm.
56 people died the
Yeah.
last 24 hours, which is bad. And I think some people say, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's okay. It's we have more cases because we are testing more." Yeah, but people are dying, and
That's good.
it's not because you are testing more. It's but because they are dying.
Yeah.
Uh, I
The,
think some people take this very lightly. That
indeed. Yeah.
yeah, oh, okay, we should die from something. Yes, of course we should die, but if we can avoid it and live a few more years, I think it's good to everyone. Okay, so
I agree.
I don't see it so lightly as, oh, I can because the other day I've seen a guy making a video, and he was in Spain, and he was talking everything that happened in the 20th century in Spain. First war, second war, the civil war, the Spanish flu, and everything. And he said, and you are complaining because you should wear a mask.
Yeah. I mean, it's common sense. I mean, nobody. We're actually doing it to protect ourselves and to protect our family and friends. That's why we're wearing the mask because it does make sense. And the doctors who have no axe to grind, sorry, not axe to grind, they have no reason to tell us things which are untrue, are saying wear the mask because it protects you. Stay 2 meters away from each other because it protects you. Yeah. And it's not being dictated to, it's not being told what to do. It's just that you decide to make a logical choice to do that because it's sound advice. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I mean, but it's like anything. Most people, I mean, when we did the first lockdown, which was back in April, 97% of people stayed at home, which is phenomenal. Uh, But you've got a situation, as you say, it's just the same in Portugal that people say, well, why should I do it? And you get marches in Berlin, you get marches in London, and people are not wearing masks.
and Lisbon.
And Lisbon, yeah. Yeah,
the conspiracy theory, which for me it's not true, and I say, come, it's not true. Doctors and nurses in hospitals stressing out because they are almost overwhelmed. No, they are more than overwhelmed with work, and there's no room for more people with disease. And it's you're it's a conspiracy, and it's politic. It doesn't.
yeah,
The problem, Stephen. The problem with common sense, it's that it's not that common.
that's very true. I mean, there's a situation here that in order for people to stay at home, which we've all got to do, people who are employed and working are being paid 80% of their wages, of their salary. The government is paying 80%. For businesses, it's a slightly smaller percent, but then again, you can get up to €3,500 a month as a business. The government is actually funding everybody to stay at home. So it's not as if you're actually giving up money. Well, you're giving up some money, but it is being financed, and it's for every single country in the world. This is a point which I don't understand. It's being financed by the government using money we don't have. Yeah, and that's true of every single country spending future money, borrowing now to repay in the future. Now they've got to do that because if the economy stops, then we don't get any food. If the economy dries up, then we don't. So we've got to continue the economy. We've got to continue people getting paid. And in order to, if somebody said to you in normal circumstances, I will pay you 80% of your salary, but stay at home, what would you say?
Well,
I've
yeah,
got 4 weeks off.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. We're having a good rant today. Somebody needs to. Um, the problem with this, of course, is that people are actually watching us and listening to us. The vast majority of those will be of the same mind that we are. So we're actually talking to people who think as we do. And we're not likely to convert anybody, but it's good to get the message out again that we are, to all intents and purposes, the population. We have a high regard of everyone around us, and we want everybody to stay safe.
Absolutely.
And being an
Absolutely.
ass, don't cut it, because that's a way to make. Well, we could go down that route, and it's basically. I was saying the other day, I did a bit about optimism, and it's saying tomorrow's going to be a better day, and it's going to be
Okay.
a better day because we make it so. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the point here is that, okay, because there are so many people complaining, and for me it makes sense. Okay, because businesses are closing, stores and everything. But the point is, if everybody uh, could wear a mask, remain the distance, and everything, all
Mm,
those business didn't need to close.
that's right.
The problem is people, again, the problem with common sense is that it is not that common, you know, because if people use the mask every day, they need it most when you go out and you walk through the street and everything. If you keep the distance, if you take all the cares you should have,
Hmm.
most of the business didn't need to close
That's right. That's right. So,
because
well, yeah,
the need in closing this is because the hospitals don't bloom and get more beds and get more doctors and get more nurses and personnel to help. It doesn't happen. They don't multiply.
there's nowhere to get new doctors and nurses from. Doctors and nurses need training. They need years of training. So you can't just say, let's have 100 new doctors in the hospital because they don't
Yes.
exist.
Okay. I want 100 new doctors.
Ah, no, no, that's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
Doctors and nurses train for years to a level of expertise, which means that we all get good healthcare. Um, yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
She's saying in Belgium, we work from home if possible. We have a lockdown. Only essential shops are open. Restaurants and pubs are closed. I stay at home and do extra work in the house, things I haven't enough time for now. Okay, let's see if she has more comments. And that's the point. Thankfully, we are we are live stream people. I think we saw 5 years before the problem coming.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, I had this conversation today about live streaming, mostly on shopping.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's and I've mentioned again when I first have this live stream experience, I started praising the live stream benefits, and all the people were looking at me. What, are you crazy, man? What are you smoking? What kind of weed are you smoking? And by these days, we've seen how important it is to use this tool, how important to your business, because again, you are locked, you can't open the doors, and even if you could, there were not that so many people on the streets.
Hmm.
So live streaming is a good option for you to keep in touch with your customers, and you know, listen a little bit.
I was doing a live show yesterday in Belivers, and somebody said something about live selling on Belive, because live selling on Belive, you can show a picture on screen and the link is posted in the comments. Okay, which is live selling. And I think that everybody who broadcasts now is in a position to help their local businesses. If you think about it, from tomorrow in Devisors, all the non-essential shops will close. They will close their doors. They can't have customers. But this time round, they can have click and collect. Now, if you phone the shop or you email the shop or you go to their website, you can order something. That's the click. Yeah. And then you can go at a set time to collect it. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
rather than walking through the shop door and staying there for a while, you're just going there, picking the parcel up, going. Yeah. And it can even be delivered to your door. So it's when it says collect, it could be delivered to your door. So you could go on a website, but I've got an idea. I'll just run it by you because Chris knows what I'm about to say. Um, what if for your local area you were to speak to the businesses and say to them, I can take you live on your Facebook page. I can interview you about your business for 10 minutes. I ask you who you are, what you do, what you sell. And then I can show two or three of your products on the screen. You just give me an image and a link. And when we show the products on the screen, you talk about them, describe them, talking to your potential audience. And if people want to, they can order whilst they're live just by clicking the link.
Absolutely.
So click, collect, live. Yeah. And just for local businesses. Tomorrow, Angelica and I are actually going to start contacting businesses and devisors and saying we can do 15 minutes on air and you can tell your story and you can sell product.
Great. It sounds great to me. By the way, right now we are picture in picture. You're on the big screen. I'm here, very small, very tiny. Please don't smash me.
Oh, right. Okay. See, this is the thing. I can't see anything that's going on. All I can see is Marco and me on the screen. That's good. That's good though.
You should pick the replay after.
Oh, I will. I will. Don't. I shall.
And
I shall
then
watch the
you can put it on loop on YouTube so I can get more views.
replay. I can do that certainly. Anything that helps.
For sure.
Anything that helps. Um, yeah, I mean, we just on a final note. Well, near the close of the show. Broadcasting on Facebook at the moment is not easy. Uh, Everybody's reach is down. The number of people who can view your broadcast is down. This comes from the top. This comes from Maury Smith. And Maury was saying 2 days ago that her reach is down. And if Maury's reach goes down, then you know it's going to
You know
filter
how
down.
big the problem is.
Yeah, exactly. So the only thing we can do is what we've done in past times is just ignore the viewer figure and just
Absolutely.
wait for Facebook to get their act together again, and the numbers will come back. We don't need to do anything. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I don't think too much about those numbers to reach organic reach to number of viewers. The only thing for me that it's truly important is to deliver a good content,
Right. Yeah.
to give good advices, to give good tips and everything to my audience. Everything else, I don't think too much because I will be stressing, I will be
Yeah.
anxious,
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
be sad, and it's not good for me. So I focus mostly on bringing good content, and that's my point.
Great approach. I try and do the same too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's more than enough to focus on that because that things you can control,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
it. You cannot control how good your content is, but how many people Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or everything is showing your content? You can't control that, and mostly on on Facebook and LinkedIn. How many people will be watching? You can't control also. So, for instance, one thing people used to advise
Hmm.
when you're doing live streams. Okay, from times to times you should make a kind of uh, point of situation. No, hello, we are talking about this, and this, and I think okay, this may make some sense. But for instance, if you just finish saying this and there are 10 people coming to your show, they don't get that. So I don't think it's that important. For instance, okay, I've seen this, but this for me is very silly. Oh, you should recap from time to time because people won't know what you're talking about. So, what's the use of the title you have there?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
I
think
agree.
sometimes people want to come with that amazing insight. They think, okay, let me look smart, and I will. And the point is, for instance, oh, you should introduce yourself before starting the show. Is that's my name there? Okay,
Oh
so
yeah. If you don't know me by now, you'll never ever know me at all. Could be a song there.
well, I think I've seen lots of people before starting the show
Yeah.
introducing themselves. "Oh, look, I'm this and I do this and that, and I say, okay, you're doing live streaming every 2 days or every 3 days. What's the point of introducing you every time? And for instance, if it was a company, okay, it makes sense. For instance, if it was the live stream legends and it was you, me, and some other people on the show hosting, I think it make uh, some sense for us to introduce ourselves before starting the show. Okay, but if it's your fan page is there, that's your name, you are a well-known people. What's the point of being introducing yourself all the time?
Yeah. True. I don't know. I agree with you. We're on the same page. That's why we broadcast together, because we agree. Not about everything, but we do agree on most things.
Well,
Right.
Steven, it's time to wrap up and to end this testing show. It's up to you, my friend.
Uh, thank, thank you, Marco. This has been quite an experience. This is the first time we've done a live show using OBS Ninja. Marco has been hosting from OBS using the software. It has performed without a glitch for the whole 60 minutes. We've not had a problem. We've just been able to broadcast and chat and talk and see your comments and get involved. It's been a pleasure to actually use it. You'll see more of OBS Ninja. You'll see more of Marco and me. It's been our pleasure to chat with you today, and we'll be back at the same time next week, which is 12 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday from England and Portugal. Take care, and we'll see you all again soon.